a superhero land called Rotary, there lived a lovely princess named Kelly. All her people loved her and were often heard singing this song.
We are Rotarians. We sing this song. We're in Sue and Fairfield, having fun serving people all year long. Is it truthful, beneficial, create a goodwill, and make a friend? We are Rotarians, right to the end. We are Rotarians, come join my friend.
But then one day, evil forces came to the kingdom. They were Kelly's most feared enemies, Bell Pepper Dude, the sinister, and Garlic Man, the gaseous. They kidnapped President Kelly and took her far, far away. The villagers were naturally upset and decided to send their best superheroes to get her back. First went Roger Lohr and his wife Pam. They had the superpower of throwing the best parties ever. They tried throwing their magic confetti at the dastardly duo, but the evil villains were used to partying, so they just picked it up and threw it at each other while they danced and danced and danced. Second, Dave Dacus, mighty warrior of the pumpkin patch and former Grand Poobah of the realm, came forward. He strode forth and threw his pumpkins of stun at the villains, but they just caught him and played volleyball until he went home defeated. At Leiden, master builder of little libraries and strongest of the Rotarians ventured forth. He had his mighty hammers of doom and threw them at the villains. But for some reason, they didn't work. So Ed was forced to go home too empty-handed. Brian McEvely, a longtime champion for our Rotary Success students, the leader of the Guardians, and the hero who stepped in for Tom Juni, who was away doing other superhero stuff. But as a chiropractor, he knew he had the superpower of the Vulcan death grip. So he snuck up on each of the villains and used it on them. Unfortunately, they liked it and thanked him profusely for helping their necks. He went back to the kingdom, defeated and sad. Jim Inks, go-to guy and photographer, went next. He had the flashy things of doom. He kept flashing and flashing and flashing, but the villains thought he was trying to get pictures of them, so they just posed and posed and posed. John Anderson, master brewer of the town and chairman of the town's annual brew bash, then ventured out. He took his finest ale thinking he could get them drunk and then slip away with the princess. But no, they drank and drank. Finally, they drank John under the table and he had to stagger home. Poor Princess Kelly. She had seen the best and brightest of her kingdom be defeated. How could she free herself? But then she started to think of all the superpowers she had. As princess, she had made Rotary fun again and more visible to the community. What had she done, you ask? During her reign, she had started providing thank you gifts to our weekly speakers, started a tradition of naming a Rotarian of the month and proclaiming them as heroes, promoted more installations of little library boxes, prepared a slideshow of our members, added a vocational column into our weekly newsletter, updated the website, instituted a president's message in our weekly newsletter, revised the brochure for our club, instituted pop-up banners for all our events, put a sandwich sign advertising our club on the front door of Croc, introduced us to Zoom meetings, instituted putting identifying labels in all our little library books to introduce people to our Rotary project, reached out to us again and again, over and over during the pandemic. The more she thought, the stronger she became. Finally, she just got up and left. The evil duo were unable to stop her. She returned to her kingdom, lived happily ever after, and led her people in singing,
Kelly Kelly is the president of Rotary. She has made this year both light and fun. She worked hard to make our club the very best, and in the district we have hit us a home run. Rotary, Rotary, we're the best club. That's why we like Rotary. Rotary, Rotary, we're the best club. That's why we like Rotary. Kelly will soon be our past president. Free to sit around and just relax. Joan has just been waiting here to take the mic and to try to teach us how we should really act. Rotary, Rotary, we're the best club. That's why we like Rotary. Rotary, Rotary, we're the best club. That's why we love Rotary.